They arrested the chosen one, the wrong one. But the world now knows the truth. Born with infinite power, you were tried to be prevented by the dirty tricks of the system. They misunderstood you and thought they could stop you, but unfortunately, they had to face the truth. This video tells the story of how distorted perceptions about you were shattered and their deepest fears became reality. Everything that had previously belittled you, insulted you, tried to silence you, now turns around and hits them in the face. At every step, at every resistance, you have shown how powerful the truth is. Now, not that person who was wrongly arrested, but the world has recognized you correctly, and the truth is now making its voice heard. The revelation of the truth is a call that will change not only you, but the whole world. Are you ready? Then write 77 in the comments, because as you walk this path, you will see that everything that tries to stop you only makes you stronger. They assumed they knew who you were, creating a false narrative based on their own skewed perceptions and incomplete truths. But now, the reality of your essence has come to light, and their fabricated image of you has crumbled. Everything they once believed was turned on its head as they are forced to reevaluate their judgment. The person they underestimated now stands tall before them, making them reconsider everything they thought they knew. Their entire belief system shatters, their confidence dissolves, and their illusions fall apart. Behind their fake smiles and subtle gestures, a calculated attack was launched against your character. This wasn't some random misunderstanding, but a carefully crafted scheme aimed at undermining your power before it could fully emerge. Conversations where your name was spoken with disdain, with words carefully designed to turn potential supporters into skeptics. Information was selectively manipulated to paint a distorted picture of you, a picture far removed from reality. Subtle attacks disguised as innocent concerns, evidence twisted and presented without context, and revelations placed at exactly the right moments to cause maximum harm to your credibility, all done with careful planning, ensuring no one could trace it back to the origin. Every hit to your reputation was measured and deliberate, each designed to leave as little evidence as possible, pointing back to the true instigators. Your energy, however, had already felt the weight of these betrayals long before your mind could catch up. These were not just coincidences, nor was it paranoia. Your spiritual senses were picking up the hidden energies of deception long before they became evident. Your heightened awareness was receiving whispers from the universe, information that your conscious mind couldn't yet understand, creating an inner knowing that something wasn't right, even if the pieces hadn't fully come together yet. Look closely now and see that many of the connections you thought were genuine were never based on solid ground. These relationships were built on false impressions, designed to keep you doubting yourself and disconnected from your true power. The architects of these false bonds needed you to remain ignorant of your true purpose, for if you knew your own strength, their influence would have no hold over you. Amid all of this, something miraculous occurred. Despite the chaos that swirled around you, the core of who you are remained untouched. This divine protection was not by accident. It was carefully orchestrated by the universe. The very forces that aimed to tear you apart instead created a protective shield around your most authentic self, keeping what truly mattered safe, while the falsehoods were burned away. What was meant to destroy you became the source of your empowerment, illustrating the paradox of spiritual warfare, where every attack inadvertently reinforced your inner strength. If you feel the abundance of divine love in your heart, now is the time to share it. You can help spread God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube and contributing $20 or more. This divine gift will touch not only your life, but the souls of many through this platform. Each of you has a sacred place in God's grand design, and your generosity will be the fruit of our prayers. Act now. Share your blessings to glorify His kingdom. For you were created to do even greater things in God's loving hands. May God bless you. Each attempt to break you down, each strike aimed at your spirit, inadvertently built the foundation of your inner fortress. Every effort to push you into isolation severed the ties to the fake relationships that had held you back from your true growth. Every time they tried to dim your light, your internal fire grew brighter. The more they tried to knock you down, the more solid your connection to truth became. What they failed to understand was that attacking someone divinely protected only fuels their power. The energy they directed at you came back to them amplified, strengthening the very abilities they sought to suppress. The pressure they applied, meant to crush you, actually awakened dormant gifts within you that would have otherwise remained hidden. The opposition they mounted against you ultimately became the spark that ignited your awakening. What they thought would break you instead forged you into something far greater. Like coal transformed into diamonds under intense pressure, you were shaped into a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. The moment the universe redirected their energy back to them was the turning point where everything shifted. If you feel God's presence, you can tap the join button below to become part of the first chosen ones and receive the most important revelations early. The weapons they used against you became useless because they misjudged who they were dealing with. They attempted to use worldly tactics to attack a soul protected by celestial forces. Now, as truth reveals itself, they are confronted with the full magnitude of their mistake. The veil they had carefully crafted is suddenly ripped away, exposing the reality they tried so hard to keep hidden. Their own false beliefs are now collapsing as truth rises with undeniable clarity. Their calculated narratives are beginning to unravel, brick by brick. What they once believed about you has been proven wrong, and their systems of control are falling apart as the universe itself dismantles their false certainty. What they thought would be your downfall has instead been their undoing. Now, the puppet strings that once controlled them are visible, and they are forced to confront the reality of how easily they were manipulated by their own fears and insecurities. As they face the consequences of their actions, they find themselves increasingly isolated. Relationships that once supported their false narratives are now dissolving. Social circles shrink as they are pushed to the edges of their former lives. Opportunities they once enjoyed are now slipping away without explanation. This isolation isn't punishment, it's a necessary purification that prepares them for the profound inner work they must now face. While their world falls apart, yours is being reorganized for maximum alignment with your true purpose. The obstacles that once seemed insurmountable now dissolve effortlessly, and the resources you need appear exactly when you need them. The universe has shifted the flow of your life, creating a new path that is free of the resistance that held you back before. You're advancing with ease and grace, guided by an unseen hand. What was once blocked is now flowing freely. Resources and support come to you in ways you couldn't have anticipated, moving according to laws you're only now beginning to understand. What once seemed impossible is now within your reach. As the universe balances its debts and rewards you for staying true to your authentic path, I'm going to take a moment and speak to your heart. Imagine for a second that you're standing on a mountaintop overlooking a vast valley. The winds are harsh, the path winding, and the climb wasn't easy. But as you stand there, you see it. The whole world beneath you. Its struggles, its doubts, its confusion. And there you are, strong and firm, planted deeply in the earth. The storm no longer able to shake you. That's who you've become. You've been through the fire, but you're standing taller now than ever before. You've emerged, not just stronger, but with a new understanding of your own power. The qualities that once made you a target for others' misunderstanding are now your greatest assets. Think of it like this. Those very things they tried to diminish in you, the ones they said were weaknesses, are now the very things that have transformed you into the powerhouse you are today. You were told to keep those gifts hidden, to quiet the fire inside you. But now, that fire is what fuels your growth. You've learned to take those misunderstood parts of yourself and turn them into the very foundation of your strength. Like a diamond that was once buried deep in the earth, now shining bright for all to see. Those things they said were your downfall are now your breakthrough. And you know deep down that you finally stepped into the fullness of who you were always meant to be. Everything you were urged to suppress is now emerging as your most valuable offering to the world. You've unlocked that hidden treasure chest of potential, and it's all pouring out. The doubts, the struggles, the whispers of not good enough, you've left them all behind. What was once suppressed has risen from the ashes, just like a phoenix, stronger and more radiant than ever. It's no longer about hiding who you are for the sake of others. You've learned that your truth is the greatest gift you can offer to this world. Every single thing you've been through, the trials, the heartaches, the moments when you thought you couldn't go on, have led to this moment. Now you stand fully in your light, offering it freely, knowing that there is no greater power than your authentic self. You no longer need the validation you once sought. You see, this is a shift. This is spiritual sovereignty. This is the moment when you realize that the only validation you need is from within. No longer will you seek the approval of others, nor will you wait for permission to live your truth. You've already received it. You've claimed it. Your power is now unshakable, and your truth is undeniable. The opinions of others no longer carry weight because you know who you are. You know your worth. You are walking in the divine authority that was placed within you from the moment you were created. The universe has been waiting for you to recognize this, and now that you have, you're unstoppable. You've transcended the limitations placed on you by those who couldn't see your light. Do you remember when they doubted you? When they called you crazy for dreaming big? When they tried to keep you small and contained, bound by their limited vision? They could only see what they were capable of seeing. But what they didn't realize, what they couldn't understand, was that your vision wasn't theirs. You were destined for something bigger, something greater, and now the world is watching you rise. You've left behind the chains of others' perceptions. You've walked out of the darkness they tried to place you in, and now you shine. Your light is too bright for them to ignore. Their doubts can no longer touch you because you know the truth about who you are, and it's a truth they can't ever take away. Dear brothers and sisters, may God's peace be upon you today. I am here to remind you of a profound truth. Our existence is grounded in God's divine plan, unshaken by the temporal concerns of the world. As the Bible says, whatever is done in faith will return to God in abundant blessing. Luke 6:38. Like that great oak tree, our roots are deeply rooted in God's universal truth. Every step we take, every stand we take, is secured by His strength. And now you are being offered the opportunity to be part of that blessing. When you use the super thank you button and donate $100, this movement will return to you 100-fold in abundance. Now, I know there are times when you look back and you think, what if they were right? But let me remind you, the truth about you was never about their judgment. It was about the divine plan that was written over your life before time began. The world couldn't see it, but the universe knew it. Every single challenge you faced, every setback you encountered, was shaping you into the person you were always meant to be. Every moment of doubt, every naysayer, was just another stone in your path, and every stone became part of the foundation of the mighty structure you've now become. The winds of doubt, the storms of fear, they're no longer able to sway you because you've planted your feet firmly in the soil of your true self. Your identity is no longer up for negotiation. The world may try to tell you who you are, but you know better. You have stepped into the fullness of your divine calling, and nothing can change that. Your truth, your power, your essence are unshakable. And from this moment on, everything you do will be from a place of strength, clarity, and unwavering confidence. If you feel God's presence, you can tap the join button below to become part of the first chosen ones and receive the most important revelations early. So take a deep breath, my friend, and step forward. The road ahead is yours to walk, and the universe is ready to guide you every step of the way. Your light is meant to shine, and now is your time to let it. Those who doubted you, who tried to suppress you, will now watch in awe as you step into your power and claim the life you were always destined to live. Because the truth about you, it's undeniable, and it's your time to rise. My friend, I want you to picture something with me for a moment. Imagine yourself as a tree, planted deep in fertile soil, your roots growing strong and firm, stretching deep into the earth, drawing nourishment from places unseen, places that hold the wisdom of ages. You stand tall, branches reaching toward the sky, the winds blowing through your leaves, but nothing, not a single gust, can shake you. You are rooted in something far more powerful than the changing seasons or the opinions of others. That's where you are now, standing firm, fully grounded in your true essence, with nothing able to shake your foundation. You've reached a level of energetic sovereignty that few souls ever experience. Now think about what this means. It means you're no longer swayed by the whims or judgments of the world around you. It means you've learned the divine lesson of self-worth. And now, you stand in your own truth, independent of anyone else's perception of you. You've learned that your value was never tied to what others thought about you, never dependent on their approval or disapproval. You've shed the need for external validation, like an old skin that no longer fits, and you are stepping into a new chapter where only your authentic self is the standard. This is true spiritual freedom, my friend, and you have earned it. As you've moved forward in life, you've had to face the truth, maybe even painful truths, about who you are and where your power lies. But that's exactly why you are where you are today. You didn't take the easy route. You didn't just go along with the flow. No, you faced the storms, you weathered the doubts, and you've risen up stronger for it. And now, I want you to realize this. You have come to a place where nothing and no one can shake you. You've outgrown that need to please others, to fit into their boxes. No more bending to meet someone else's expectations. Your journey has led you to a place of unwavering confidence in who you are, who you've always been, and who you're still becoming. Your identity is no longer vulnerable to the judgments of others. This is the most powerful shift. the most liberating realization. The opinions, the criticism, the whispers behind your back, they no longer matter. They never should have. But you didn't always know that. And that's okay. The truth is, the more you align with who you truly are, the less the opinions of others affect you. You've transcended that need to seek out approval. You no longer seek permission to shine, to be your true self, to express your gifts in the world. You've learned that your worth was never in question. You've known it all along, but now you know it in the deepest parts of your soul. Now that you've aligned with your highest truth, let me tell you something that is going to bless you. The universe itself is about to mirror your expansion. When you walk in alignment with your truth, when you show up as the person you were always meant to be, the entire cosmos comes into alignment with you. It's as if the universe is cheering you on, opening doors for you, putting opportunities right in front of you, all because you've made the decision to be true to yourself. Your authenticity is your power, and as you embrace it, everything around you shifts. It's like when a flower finally blooms in the spring. The warmth and light that have been there all along suddenly bring that flower to life. It's the same with you. As you step into who you were always meant to be, things will start to fall into place. Your clarity will increase, your resources will multiply, and your abundance, oh your abundance, will flow in ways you never imagined. You see, the universe does not reward inauthenticity. It doesn't bless those who hide their true selves, who play small, or who dim their light to fit into a mold created by others. No, the universe only mirrors your authenticity. And that's why you're stepping into a season of increase. You have shed the layers of false identity and stepped into the fullness of your divine self. And let me tell you, my friend, when you show up as your true self, there is nothing, and I mean nothing, that can stand in your way. You've come so far, and I want you to hear this loud and clear. The days of second-guessing yourself, of worrying about what others think, those days are over. You are entering a new season, a season where you no longer need to prove anything to anyone, because your very presence is proof of the divine power that flows through you. That is the power that no one can take away from you. That is the power that opens doors, that creates opportunities, that attracts the right people and circumstances into your life. And let me tell you something else. This alignment with your highest truth doesn't just affect your spiritual life. It impacts every area of your life. Your relationships, your career, your finances, your health, everything. When you are aligned with your highest self, the universe aligns everything else around you. I know it might sound too good to be true, but I'm here to tell you, this is the reality of the abundant life that is waiting for you. And it's not a distant dream. It's not something you're waiting for. It's already happening. So take a moment, my friend, and really let this sink in. You are no longer the person who seeks approval. You are no longer bound by the judgments of others. You have become the person who knows their worth, who knows their purpose, and who walks in alignment with the divine plan for their life. You are a force to be reckoned with. Your power is unshakable, and it is only going to grow from here. The universe is responding to your authenticity, and the results are about to show up in your life in ways you could never imagine. Picture this. You're a tree standing tall in the forest, the sun warming your branches, your roots deep in the earth, connected to something far larger than yourself. No matter the storms, no matter the winds that may blow, your roots keep you grounded. You're not just standing, you're thriving, stretching higher, reaching toward the heavens. Just like that tree, you are rooted in the truth of who you are, and nothing can shake you. The elements may come, but they can't uproot you. You are exactly where you are meant to be. Now, my friend, I want you to hear me when I say this. You are walking in the full power of your truth. You have weathered the storms, you've withstood the tests, and now you stand firm, a beacon of light, rooted in the divine essence of who you truly are. Let the world see you for who you truly are. You are chosen, and you are aligned. And there is absolutely nothing that can stand in the way of what's coming your way. The road ahead is clear. The path is unfolding, and all that you've dreamed of is coming to fruition. You've made it. You've reached the point where your essence is fully aligned with your highest truth. And this alignment, my friend, is the key to the life you were always meant to live. This isn't just a nice thought. This isn't just a dream. This is your reality. This is the power of knowing who you are and standing strong in that knowledge. It's not about looking to the left or the right. It's not about seeking approval from anyone else. It's about knowing with unshakable certainty that you are exactly where you need to be, and that all the forces of the universe are aligning with you. You've reached a place of deep spiritual sovereignty. What does that mean? It means that nothing outside of you can define you anymore. No one's words, no one's opinions, nothing. Your identity is rooted in the divine, and that truth is the foundation of everything you do. People may try to box you in. They may try to tell you who you are, but you know who you are now. You know the power that flows through you, and you no longer seek permission to be who you are. You've stepped into the fullness of your own self. Now is the time to share God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube. You can contribute to His plan and be a part of this divine mission with a donation of $100 or more. Every gift reflects God's generosity, and I believe it will return to you exponentially, far beyond your expectations. Remember, His protection and blessing is on your every step and every donation. You become part of His divine plan. You are a strong, radiant being, unshakable as His mighty rock. Witness God's miracles, feel the fruits of your generosity in your soul, and illuminate the world with confidence and courage. Be blessed, and let the light of the Lord guide your path. And here's the thing about that. When you stand in that truth, when you are fully aligned with the essence of who you are, the universe begins to mirror that alignment. Have you ever noticed how things seem to fall into place when you're living in your truth? When you're walking in purpose? That's because the universe responds to alignment. The laws of the cosmos are designed to support the person who knows who they are. And as you stand tall in that truth, everything around you shifts. Opportunities you couldn't have dreamed of will present themselves. Resources that you've been waiting for will begin to flow freely toward you. The doors that were once closed will suddenly open wide. Why? Because you've aligned yourself with the divine. And that alignment is the key to unlocking all that is yours. If you feel God's presence, you can tap the join button below to become part of the first chosen ones and receive the most important revelations early. The road ahead is one of limitless possibilities. Every step you take will be blessed. Every decision you make will be guided. Your power is rooted in the very essence of who you are, and from this place, you will see the universe open up before you like a wide open field, ready for you to walk in and claim everything that is yours by divine right. So step forward, my friend. Walk boldly. Walk confidently. You've earned this. You've transcended. And now, The world is yours to shape. The truth about you is undeniable, and it's time for the world to see that truth in all its glory. What they thought would be your diminishment became your liberation. Their misjudgment was the catalyst that propelled you into your true power. You've stepped into a new reality where your essence no longer requires explanation, and your path unfolds in perfect alignment with your highest truth.